Bitcoin is creating a bear flag right now here, and what we do know from the Fed speech of yesterday is that Jerome Powell is probably going to keep the rates higher for longer. And in this exact video, I will talk about what does this mean for Bitcoin, what is going to be happening next with the price action of Bitcoin, will we be holding this important support, and many more important charts we need to be discussing right now here. So don't forget to snap up that like button on today's update video. Can we smash it back up of 500 likes? That will be absolutely incredible. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the imminent short term. And to kick off the video, last week there was once again no announcement on the Bitcoin spot ETF grayscale decision. So we're expecting that this could potentially start to happen somewhere next week. Since there has no decision been made yet so far, we're still seeing Bitcoin very boringly consolidating. Since there is no decision made yet so far, we're seeing that Bitcoin is just very boringly consolidating in this sideways pattern, and potentially we can start to see that Bitcoin is going to create a move anytime soon. But right now it is weekend, and due to the fact that it is weekend, we're probably not really expecting a lot of volatility. So looking at the 4-hourly time frame, I am looking at a very important pattern, because Bitcoin, after it created that massive dump towards the downside, is right now starting to create a consolidation phase to indicate the next move is about to be happening. Whether it's going to be up or down here, we are right now creating a bear flag scenario, and this is a typical bearish bias continuation pattern. And if Bitcoin really breaks the uptrend right here, we could start to see potentially Bitcoin to drop further on towards the downside. So I'm going to keep my eyes wide open on this level. If Bitcoin breaks below this very important support, I will be expecting that Bitcoin is going to drop further, and that could of course mean more bearish price action for Bitcoin. Looking at the 4-hourly time frame in general, we can currently just see that Bitcoin, after that big move towards the downside, has been just only going sideways, and like we had on the top side, we're once again seeing boring sideways consolidation, and this will be once again happen before a next big move is going to get initiated. So yes, Bitcoin remains to be super boring, because yesterday Jerome Powell had a speech here, and basically what we did learn from the speech is that they're probably once again going to hike the interest rates with another 25 basis points, probably not in the following meeting, but in the meeting after, we're probably going to see an interest rate hike. And this would also mean that the interest rate hikes are going to stay higher for longer, what could also massively influence the market. At least this is what they are saying. And personally, I think they're bluffing, because if they will be holding the interest rates high like this, I think the US government is going to default on its debt. Currently, the debt of the US government that they have to pay every single day, or that they're creating, is $3 billion US. And that is absolutely crazy. And with these high interest rates, the US government would have to pay an approximately 35% of its yearly income on interest rates payments. So the US government is paying more on its debt than actually spending on other things, and that is of course due to the fact that the interest rates is so high. So this is of course very interesting, because yes, not only you have to be paying more, but the government as well, and that could be leading towards a potential default. So very interesting to see this development. Personally, I think they are bluffing, and that is why I think the rate cuts are still going to be happening in 2024. Of course, they're also projecting rate cuts are going to happen in 2024, but they're only expecting that in the end of 2024, we're still going to sit around 4% in terms of interest rates. And I will be expecting it's going to be a little bit lower than that. Further on, if I'm looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum, the funding rates remain to be negative. So if you want to be trading Bitcoin or Ethereum, go to the link in the description, because you can currently claim a $1,000 Bitcoin long or short position. And all you need to do here is go to the link in the description of today's video, deposit $100, and if you do that within 7 days, you can claim a free $1,000 XRP or Bitcoin long or short position. So it's super valuable. So check it out in the link description of today's update video. Further on, what we can also see on the daily time frame is that Bitcoin of course remains to be hovering around that price of $25,000. I think this is the major support for Bitcoin. You can clearly see it from the past. This level provided very big resistance. Here you can see it flipped into support. Right now again, we've so far not even retested it, but if we retest this level, it's going to be making up a very important and interesting level for accumulation. So yes, I do think that this level right here that we're currently looking at, the $24,000 to $25,000, is a big support level for Bitcoin, and I won't be surprised that we're going to be seeing a massive bounce from off this level. Of course, if I'm looking at Bitcoin in the future, we're going to be looking at massive trend lines towards the downside, and in the past as well, we've been retesting these trend lines, and the point we broke these trend lines was the point where Bitcoin really went exponential. So if Bitcoin is going to see an uptick in the market, I won't be surprised to see a rejection from off this trend line, and of course, once we break above this trend line, that is the point where I will be expecting Bitcoin could start to be going more exponentially towards the upside. And if you're going to be comparing these consolidation phase towards each other, here it took us approximately 67 days here before creating another exponential move towards the upside. And here we've been already sitting for an approximately 64 to 65 days as well here in sideways boring consolidation towards the downside, while the macro trend remains to be up. So let's see what is going to be playing out this time around. That I do believe that Bitcoin is probably going to be consolidating between this level of $25,000 and $32,000 till the remaining of this year. This is a very bold prediction, but I personally think that Bitcoin is going to be sitting around this range right here till the end of the year. And why am I saying so is because in previous years before the halving, Bitcoin always had a super boring consolidation phase, and probably that is what is going to be happening again here. So won't be surprised if this is actually going to be happening for Bitcoin. Further on, what I really can see here is $25,000 to $24,000 is a major support for Bitcoin that I do not really expect is going to be breaking anytime soon here. And if you're looking at Bitcoin, of course, we can currently see here that Bitcoin on the weekly time frame is, of course, holding on towards $25,000. You can also approach it from that inverse head and shoulders perspective, where you can see a left shoulder, a head, a right shoulder, and currently we're retesting the neckline. So this is an important level that we're currently retesting, and I won't be surprised to see a very strong bounce from it. But what I really want to be pointing out here is that 2023 is the year of accumulation, and 2024 is going to be the year of the bull. Why? Is because 2024 is the final deadline for not only the BlackRock spot ETF, but also for all these other Bitcoin spot ETFs here. So 2024 is probably the year where we're going to get the spot ETFs approved, and I can guarantee you that is going to drive massive value in towards the market. These institutions are going to drop in towards Bitcoin, and these regulated Bitcoin spot ETFs have to have a one-on-one backing with their Bitcoin on their spot ETF with a Bitcoin on the market. So this is going to cause a massive squeeze in the market in terms of interest in Bitcoin, but also it's going to be allowing Bitcoin to be getting invested by these larger scale institutions, because yes, they want to be buying it through an ETF because then they can borrow against it, they can create debt against it. So that is of course why they're probably going to be buying more Bitcoin through spot ETFs, and that is why I also think it's going to be definitely the catalyst for the next Bitcoin bull run, and it's going to be happening in 2024. What is also going to be happening in 2024 is the next Bitcoin halving that is currently only 238 days away here. So I think everything is lining up for 2024. Right now, this is the year of accumulation, and 2004 is going to be the year of the bull. So get ready for that right now here. If you're just looking at Bitcoin on a bigger perspective, you can currently see it's in a macro uptrend here. And basically right now we're just seeing a minor retracement on a larger scale uptrend. And I still think, and I will be saying this, that I will be at least accumulating more and more because I am preparing for the next bull run. I didn't buy Bitcoin for the bear market rally. I am buying Bitcoin for the next bull run. And with these spot ETFs already getting in towards the market, we could easily do a 4 to 5x from here on. And these are very, very easy predictions and easily reachable predictions that are probably going to be playing out for Bitcoin. So looking also at the MACD here, we can currently see on the monthly time frame, the MACD is crossing bullish again here. We're about to potentially have a bearish crossover again here. We saw something similar in the bear market of 2020. So let's see how it's going to be playing out. But basically, once a buy signal flashes on the MACD here on the monthly time frame, it is historically speaking a good sign for accumulation. And the last thing I want to be saying here is that this is not the time to be buying altcoins yet. So if you're really looking to be buying altcoins massively in this period in the market, I think you should be waiting a little bit here before the opportunity gets a little bit better. And of course, if the opportunity gets very well to be buying altcoins, you will be the first one to know here on the channel, because I will be, of course, address this because I've been talking about this cycle many, many times before. And once the time is there to be starting to ape in towards altcoins, I'm going to be doing it again here, and I'm going to be making tons of money, and I will be showing you guys this on the channel. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.